Yep, y'all. You see what I'm saying? Old folk home. That's where we bound with this thing. What? Oh, I'll ring the bell if they come back. Oh my God, y'all, can you tell old folk home? So that was crazy because this thing, and I gotta ring the bell for I gotta ring the bell for Kevin. But anyways, this I came in on my phone as a guest and it let me in the live on my phone. That was weird. I didn't know that I could do that. So that's crazy. We gonna set this phone over there. That's dangerous. Sorry about that. Kevin Moore, if you're back, well, we gonna wait a minute for Kevin to come back. That was insane. Like I said, old folk homebound. So at any rate, that was that machine. And real quick, while folks start to come in, I'll show you what I was talking about. So, like this kind of stuff, this is clear acrylic. My machine would not cut this. The M1. This is like clear. So it wouldn't cut, and it definitely wouldn't cut this because number one is blue and number two, it's clear. So this is the cool kind of stuff that I'll be able to cut now. I ordered some acrylic from a place that Patrice referred me to. That's not far. It's in the Florida area, and so I ordered some acrylic so that we can do our project next week. But let's go briefly into story time, really quick. Not story time, but an update. It's not story time. It's an update. We're going to give you an update really quick, and then we'll go into the blinging of those shirts. Because I know sitting here talking wasn't necessarily what y'all came here for. Okay, so we talked about the Bling Fest. We talked about the new baby. Ring the bell for the new baby. Thank you, honey. I love you. Thank you. But the reason for the P2, for those who may not know and who did not hear my story Friday,
you're welcome.
But you may know about, oh, that was sweet. You may know about the bucket hats, right? So the bucket hats is a thing. A mutual business person contacted me and said, I have a customer that's looking for bucket hats. I sent you a picture. Can you make them? And I was like, yeah, I can make them. He said, well, she wants that logo on the front. And I was like, okay, that's fine. It looks like sublimation. I said, but even if the sublimation, the logo's not on this hat though. It's a 2-part logo. And I was like, even if it's not sublimation, I can do DTF. So either way, I can get the logo on the bucket hats. That's not an issue, right? And so he was like, okay. He said she wants 310 hats. Okay, I can sublimate, or I can, does she have the hats already? And he was like, yeah, she's got white hats. And I'm like, oh, time out. The hats in the picture are not white. So what's the deal? And he was like, she wants that pattern, this pattern on the hat. And I said, okay, but does she have the fabric? Because she didn't have the fabric, but she had this pattern and she wanted bucket hats made. And I was like, bruh, okay, I can do it, but I'm going to have to actually make the fabric first, sublimate the fabric, and then sew it together in order to create this bucket hat that she wants. And so he was like, let me check and see. Okay, well, she said that's fine. Because I said, and this is how much I'm going to charge to do it. And he was like, okay, she said that's fine. But what was the other thing? He said that's fine, but she wants 30 by the 4th, which this was, I don't remember what day it was he reached out. I just know it was a Thursday. And then the 4th was Tuesday. So what's that? Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, 5 days, technically. And technically it wasn't 5 days because we had to finalize, and I didn't finalize until Friday. And I was like, no, I cannot me, one person cannot get out 30 hats. That's not going to happen. But because he said 30 hats by the 4th, and then the remaining 310 by the 31st. And I was like, can't do that. It's just me. So he was like, I said I could probably do 10 if she's okay with 10, but I can't do 30. So he says, he got back with me. He said, that's fine. 10 by the 4th, and then the rest by the 31st. Okay, fine. So I proceeds to panic a little bit, because when I actually sat down and got to thinking super hard on this. So for those who are not sewers, who don't sew or make things, I'm going to be a little bit detailed to explain how this works. So this particular pattern that I chose, number one, I'm going to do a different pattern altogether. But anyway, this particular pattern I chose, there's this top part, that's one piece. There's this white band, that's 2 pieces. There's this back band, that's 3 pieces. Here's the brim, that's 4 pieces for one side, 5 for the second side. So that's 5 pieces. But the hat is double-sided. Okay, so you need to double the pieces. Okay, so that means there's 2 for this, 2 for this, 2 for this. So that's 2, 4, 6. Then you need 2 for this, 8, 9, 10, 11. I'm counting something wrong, because you actually wind up cutting out, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, but see how this is kind of like floppy and not really holding its structure? We wanted it to be a nice looking hat, whether you're wearing it or not. So we decided to do the lining in the hats. So when you do lining, not lining, interfacing. So when you do the interfacing, that's one more piece, minimum one more piece. Depending upon how structured you want it, you can do more. You can interface all the pieces if you wanted to, but I was like, no, I'm going to only interface one piece of each section. And so anyway, you got to cut all it out. Dude, wait, Linda, listen, where my scissors at? Listen, Linda, listen. I don't even know. Well, here they are. Listen, Linda, listen. Scissors. Okay. One person can cut at a time. Technically, I'm being facetious, but I'm just saying, cutting is not necessarily the hardest thing, but that's the most time consuming part of this whole entire process. To be very frank, is not sewing it together. It's not necessarily even sublimating the fabric. It's cutting out the patterns. And so I was like, I'm not worried about it. I can cut this out, because I'm going to use the laser cutter, the M1, to cut out the pattern pieces. Well, in using the M1 to try and cut out the pattern pieces, they would not cut, because the fabric was white, and it would not cut white fabric. I don't care what power I put it on. I don't care what speed I put it on. It was not cutting that white fabric. It just wasn't. It was like a couple of places where it was like it was trying to burn the fabric. Oh, in one place, the fabric caught fire, but it was like it wasn't cutting. And I'm sitting here like, what gives? What the heck? And so I said, well, let me put something else in there. Put something else in there. It cut it just fine. Wood. It cut it perfectly. It wouldn't cut that fabric. So I knew it wouldn't cut it after I sublimated it, because what did I tell y'all? It's a blue laser. It won't cut anything blue. So I knew once I sublimated, this is blue, so it wasn't going to cut it then either. So I started flipping out, and I was talking to my husband about it, and he doesn't like when I flip out, and I understand, because, you know, what does my shirt say? It was exceeding the limits of my medication. I'm just saying. It was, y'all. So anyway, I was determined not to go to tears, though. I was determined about that, but I was close. So he said, fibromyalgia. I ain't even want to talk about the fibromyalgia thing, because I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I ain't gonna lie to you. The money was good. The money was very good. Thank the Lord. But anyway, and no hesitation on the price. So we was gonna fight that 5 miles an hour. We was gonna struggle every bit. But then I also had my son and my daughter-in-law to help. So it wasn't like I was completely up this creek without a paddle by myself. So I told him a CO2 laser would cut the fabric, and it will. I know that for a fact. It will cut the fabric. So he was like, just get the CO2 laser, because I found a lady on Facebook Marketplace. She had a Gwaiki laser, and she was offering the Gwaiki laser for, I think it was like $1,400 or something like that. So he was like, just go ahead and get you a laser. And I said, well, I found this. And he said, no. Do you know what a Gwaiki? I had never heard of a Gwaiki. I guess I'm saying it right. I had never heard of that kind of laser, and it uses light burn. I've never used light burn. And he was like, this is not the kind of project where you want to be learning something new to get a order of this magnitude done. So I was like, okay. So I came on here and was talking to y'all about it last Sunday, I think is what it was. And a couple of y'all, one in particular, Miss Deborah Browning, was like, why don't you do a AccuQuilt? Get the AccuQuilt, she said, because the AccuQuilt has a template for a bucket hat. And I was like, okay, I'll look into it. I don't know what an AccuQuilt is. Meanwhile, he told me, don't do that. Just get the P2 because it's X tool. I already have the M1, and I also have an F1. The F1 I use in my business. The M1 was just for fun, ecstasy. Oh, by the way, the P2's name is Ecstatic. So it was ecstasy and now Ecstatic. So I have Ecstatic now. But he was like, just get that because you already know the software. You don't have to learn anything. I was like, bro, you're smart. That's awesome. But that's a whole big difference in price. He said, I got you. Don't worry about it. So major shout out and love to that handsome thing back there, because he did let me go ahead and get it. And if it weren't for him and my son, it would still be sitting out there on the porch, because that's how big and heavy that is. There's no way I was going to get it in the house. But it was awesome. So I haven't cut fabric with it yet because y'all, the person, remember I told you there was a mutual business person in between me and the person who's ordering these hats, right? There's a go between. So I got the hats done. I was up till 3:30 in the morning. First of all, we changed it from the 4th to the 5th because I was struggling to get it done because of some issues I was having that had issues. So Wednesday got them done. Tuesday wee hours of the morning, even though a couple of them was like rough looking, but I was like, look, I got to get these close to being done, or done as at least sewn together. So I had everything was sewn together. The logos weren't on them yet. So a friend of mine has a hat press like this. What software does it use, Vanessa? This uses the X tool, has its own software, X tool creative software. Absolutely love the X tool interface. They've updated it, y'all. I kind of need to show it to you, but that's a whole nother show. We'll dedicate to that. But the hats were done, took it to my friend, pressed the logos on them. Pressed the logos wrong, by the way. We ain't even gonna go into that because there's a men's logo and a women's logo. I was supposed to do 5 of men, 5 of women. Stressed out, going to go to her, trying to hurry up and get them done. I did like 8 women and 2 men. She didn't care by the time I found the lady. But anyway, going all the way around the mulberry bush to say, I ended up having to take the middle person out because he wasn't cooperative with meeting up with the lady. And I was like, look, dude, what's her number? And so I called her. She was so happy to talk to me. Found out that I actually kind of knew her a little bit. But anyway, we ain't going into that part, which is a good thing. But I went to her home, took her to hats. Y'all, how about not only was she getting bucket hats made, she was getting windbreaker jackets made as well. So, and what do you call those bags, y'all, that are the duffel bag? It's not a duffel bag, but it's the bag that has the little thin strings, and it's like a windbreaker material. I can't think of the name of whatever that umbrella bag. I don't know what the name of that bag is. The link to join is Let's do this. Slash C's drawstring. Yeah, that works, Vanessa. Drawstring bag. Yeah. So she was getting windbreakers. I think this is the link, my dear. So she was getting windbreakers done, drawstring bags done, and bucket hats done. So explains why the price really didn't matter, because this is a major corporation that was promoting tickets to some kind of basketball tournament event. And what they want to do is promote the event where a person can win the tickets. If the person doesn't win the tickets, they get kind of like a consolation prize or a runner-up prize. And the runner-up prize is like a kit that comes with the bucket hat, the jacket, and the bag. That's where this order came from. And she proceeds to tell me that the original order was for 500 bucket hats, not 310. They knocked it down to 310. They knocked it down to 200 or something like that. Then they put it back up to 310. She was like, I really don't know what the final number is going to be. And I was like, oh, okay. So anyways, saying all that to say, because she was saying 500 and she really wasn't sure of what number it was going to be, that's when I was like, you know what? The laser will work and the laser is good, but I'm going to try something else. So that is where Deborah Browning and Sharon Davenport came in. And I was like, let's try the AccuQuilt as well, just in case. But I also found something else with the AccuQuilt. So I was like, ooh, I really like this AccuQuilt thing. So I'm going to show you the AccuQuilt. We're going to unbox the AccuQuilt over yonder. What time is it? It's 10 o'clock. Maybe I'll have enough time to bling 2 shirts. But before I actually unbox it, I am going to give you a brief update before we bling those shirts. I have 2 more shirts that I need to bling for the little breakfast restaurant I was telling y'all about the last time. I took them the shirts. There were 2 more people who normally don't wear the branded shirts. They work there, but they don't normally wear the branded shirts. Thank you, Miss Ramona. I'm glad the link worked. Holla. Yes, honey. Yes. Thank you so very much for becoming a member of our channel. So I have 2 more people that want shirts that work there, but they normally don't wear the logo shirts. So I want to do their shirts, but I did take a picture of the 2 main folks that I just absolutely love. And she let me take their pictures so that y'all can see them wearing their shirts at work. Because they specifically wanted to make sure that I saw them wearing their shirts. And I know it's kind of like blurry a little bit. There we go. So that's them wearing their little blingy shirts. And they said that they get compliments all the time about their shirts when they wear them to work, because y'all, I made sure that we made these shirts out of that icy crystal AB, so that if anybody came in there for those shirts, they was gonna get blinded off gate. That was my sole purpose in doing it. So I have 2 more shirts that I have to make. One of the customers has been hounding them every time they wear them. He hounds them. He wants shirts made. I'm not gonna make them. I'm just not. So, but what I'm going to do is, after I make these 2 last shirts, the one lady in the picture, she was on one side, and then the other one, the one on the one side, she normally makes their shirts. She has a Cricut and she makes the shirts for them. So I'm giving her the template, the physical template, so that she can make more shirts later on. So I'm super excited to see what she does with that. But they did turn out really nice. The folks really did like it. And so I'm hoping to see more shirts and more colors and stuff come out of it. And if she want to make the shirts for that guy, then she can, but I'm not making them. Anna Smith, to get the bell, if you become a member of the channel and you want to get a bell, go into the community tab on our channel. So you would have to click like the baby's booty down in the description, click our main link. And when you click there, go to the community tab. And if you scroll back in the community tab, there is a permanent link there with a form that you click the link to fill out that form and request the bell. And then we send it. We don't send them. I think we send them out like once a month or once every other month or something like that, but we do get them out. So let's go ahead and unbox the thingamabobby so that y'all can see that, and then hopefully I'll have enough time to bling out those shirts with y'all. But I need to go grab the boxes because the one box is kind of big. It's not super heavy, but it is so cool, y'all. It is a very cool thing. Here's the template for the pancake house. This is the template that they had on, so we'll bling that 2 shirts. So there, let me grab this box. That's the blue box. Where is the big box? The big box. Yep, this is the big box. Or is this the big box? That is not the big box. Okay, let's grab this box first then. Actually, this is one box. Alrighty, take this off because we don't need that. Alright, and let's grab the other box. And the other box is the big one. There it is. All right. So here is the other box. And the other box, I'm going to leave down here on the floor because it's a big box. Rougie. Hey, Rougie. How you doing, honey bunny? Let's slide this one over for now. I'm going to grab my... I started to say something crazy. My cutter fool blade. And let's open this box. Let's open this. And I'm just going to pick it up. This is just the outer box anyways. And I'll show you the one that I got. So AccuQuilt has like 3-4 different machines. And I did not get the Big Daddy. There's a Big Daddy machine. I didn't get that one. I got the Go. Okay. So here's the Go. This is the AccuQuilt. And as you see, as it says right here, you open it, you take your die, you lay the fabric on top of it, and then you run it through the machine. And when you run it through the machine, you it'll cut the fabric for you, period. And it cuts up to something like 6 to 8 pieces of fabric. I'll have to double check, but I know it's way more than 2-3 pieces of fabric. So it's super cool. And let me back this out. That's what's wrong. I'm like, why can I not see anything? There we go. Let's come over a little bit. Okay. So this is the AccuQuilt. Hey, Shakita Moorhead. Deborah Browning, you know what? And Deborah Browning was like, she reached out. She said, this is what it is. Here's the link. Go get it. There was somebody else that suggested it too a couple of days after Deborah. But Deborah was like, let me know if you need it. I'll bring it so you can use it. I'm like, you a real G, Deborah Browning. I love you, girl. Because she was like, gonna let me borrow her machine, y'all. She heard the despair in my voice. She really did. And I know she was like, that pole fool done bit off more than she can chew. Okay, this thing is not light by any stretch of the imagination. Oh, it came with dye. I didn't know it came with a dye. That is so cool. I'm so excited. Okay, and here is the little cutting cover. Okay, now I'm saying this to say I am not. Let me preface all of this. And let me listen and to listen. I can't do eye to eye, but I can go mouth to right here so that you can hear me talk. I am not an expert in the world of AccuQuilt. I did not know this existed until Deborah Browning was like, use the AccuQuilt. Okay. So if I do something wrong, fam, I'm not claiming to be an expert to this. Okay. Okay. All right. So let's open this puppy up so that y'all can see what an AccuQuilt is. And the other reason I'm being upfront for y'all and for my husband back yonder, who I'm sure is listening. The other reason why I did decide to go ahead and grab this one, or go ahead and grab the AccuQuilt system, is because I've been talking to the fine folks over at DIME about doing some quilting. Okay, so this will help with the quilting. So let's show you some kind of which way it opens up. And I'm probably gonna do something wrong, but it opens up, and then you put your die in here. You put this little template thing in here, and then you lay the fabric over the top, and it cuts it out in the little shapes that you need in order to quilt. Well, this heifer don't quilt. I'm pointing back at myself in case you're wondering. This heifer don't quilt, but I'm hoping to be able to do one. So, Shamika, the reason why I did not go with the electric one, number one, is because of the price. I'm being straight up with you. The price was a little bit on the crazy side, especially being that he sprung for me to go ahead and get the laser, the CO2 laser. How do you get custom dyes? Dennis, I'm not sure, but there's this lady that I watched on YouTube, and she helps make the dyes, design the dyes for this thing. She does help design some, or she did. Whether she still does or not, I don't know. But you put it in this one, the one that I have, you got to roll it through like this yourself. Look, this ain't hard. I mean, you know what I'm saying? If it was like, I can't, and it's if it was like that, yeah, I probably would have went with the big, huge electric one. But then I was like, this, that ain't gonna kill me dead to roll it through, okay? And you're cutting 5-6 pieces of fabric at a time. I can't emphasize that enough. That to me was the reason why I was like, okay, you know what? Let's go with this, because it's just, and the other part too that I was looking at, it says it can make, if you get the right dyes, they have all kind of dyes that you can buy that cut all kind of shapes. Like you can cut applique shapes and stuff like that, right? Well, we do a lot of in the hoop stuff. And if you've been working with us for any length of time, you know that a lot of times, especially for our 4x4 or a 5x7, they have a set size of fabric. And we sit here, we lay out the fabric and we roll it and go to cut it and all that jazz. Well, if I can find the square that makes a big enough square, I won't have to roll out the fabric and cut it no more. So that's where I'm super excited. And we'll show you how this works here in a second. Let me open this one. So let's slide this over. And then look, it's super compact. It closed right up, and then boom, we done working with it. So it's gonna this was easier for me to store. That was the other thing. The other reason why I did not do the Go Big. Because the price difference, the Go Big was like $6.99, $6.97, $6 something. I was like, oh Jesus. But this one was like one. Hold on. I'll tell you exactly what it is. I'll tell you exactly what it was. AccuQuilt. Here, we're gonna go there together so that you can see I ain't lying. Menu, go away. I'll skip the text for now. Menu cutters. So here is, there you go. You can see that's the Go Big. This is the one that I have, is the Go. That's cuss. I did not mean to do that. Sorry, y'all. Cutters. Okay, so this is the Go Big. This is the electric one. This is the one that I just got. This is just the regular go. This is ready, set, go. And it's ready, set, go because it comes with all this other stuff. See, they do have an 8-inch block. Oh, see, I know I can find one. And then they have the Go Me, which is a little teeny one, kind of like 4x4 type situation. So those are the three cutter. 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay. So the Go Big is $629.99 right now. The regular price is $749. Can you see that? Regular price is $749.99. So right now it's on sale. So let's go back. Menu. I'm sure there was a faster way. This is the one that I did get. And it, oh Lord, I'll forever get my prices wrong, but it was $279.99. But I saved, it was $389.99 is the regular price. All right, so it must be the other one that was the price I was talking about. Hang on, let's go out, let's go menu, let's go cutters, and then here's the teeny one. The teeny one is $99.99. Okay, so those are the prices of these, right? And the dies are all different prices. Well, I mean, it's on sale right now, Miss Joy. So I don't know if there's any other discounts, but if somebody do have one, it might be Sean, or somebody like that. Because I know I don't have one. I'm just now learning about these folks, so I don't have any kind of codes for them. So here is the die for the bucket hat. And before you purchase a die, you do have to confirm what machine you have, and the die will tell you if it works with your machine or not. So I made sure that it works with that. Miss Elba, ironing, I don't mind the ironing, but I am really particular about stuff being cut out right. So like for instance, this is the brim here, brim pieces right here that we cut out, and they look good. I mean, they don't look horrible, but I prefer it to be more uniform and more accurate and more, I don't, especially for what she was painting, anyway, I'm probably reading into it too much and probably did. Exclusive catalog offer. Oh, it's already at that price, so that's not that offer doesn't apply right now. Oh, that's the die that I got. Okay, so I got one of these. I've been meaning to get one, so I went on and picked that up because I needed that with the bucket hat. This is y'all, I'm forever sticking my hand under the machine, so I got the little pushy thing. I got a couple of more one more pack of Insul Bright because this is another pattern I got. Can you see it? I'm so excited. I'm excited about that. I want to make oven mitts. So here is the die for oven mitts. And then here is the die for, this came as a kit. This and this I got as a kit. And by getting this and this, it came with something extra, some kind of pressing thing or something. So that's why I wound up with the one for the baseball hat and for the bucket hat. It came with this. So this came by itself. This is an oven mitt one. So I'm excited to make that at some point in time soon. And it was a set. If you got this one and this one, it came with this, which is the mat that you use, if I'm understanding correctly, to lay over the top of it when you're pressing it through or something like that. I don't know because I ain't used it yet. So as you see, it cuts out all the pieces you need to make a hat. Okay. So this, remember I told you that with my pattern that I downloaded, it needs 2 of those. It needs this is the front and the back brim, so it needs with their pattern you need 4 because they take that front section. Where's that hat at? This was the downside to the AccuQuilt. Okay, this was the downside to the AccuQuilt. So the AccuQuilt she wants this to be all one piece. But if I use the AccuQuilt die cutter, this will take this front piece and split it in half. And I'll have to stitch this side and this side together. So I know something I was thinking about a workaround and cutting that on the laser. So just take this one piece, match it up to that size, and then use this. Oh, thank you, Sean. And use this for the back pieces. The back pieces, it didn't matter if they were split. It was the front where the logo is that it would be apparent. And then the brim. Okay. So let's open it up because I haven't ever seen it. Oh, see, there you go. It gives you the instructions on putting it together. And it shows you the finished size. It shows you what you should be required to get. And they have other stuff that you can download to go with it. And it's super cute. If you put the full wine a little bit over the cutting, you won't have it spliced in half. Scrapping like a lady. I wasn't sure. And that's the other reason why I went ahead and got it, because I was like, I wonder if I can not cut it, but I don't know. I don't want to assume or nothing like that, because at the end of the day, the circles and this outer brim, if I got that right, I'm good. I can work with the bands. I can make the bands work, but I can't make that brim. The band work down the brim. I couldn't make the brim work. Okay. So here is the die. This is the die. And you can see the lighter pieces is where it's going to cut out. Do not press on the lines where the blades are. Sean, did you see me do that? Did you see me do that? I'm sure you saw. You had to have seen me do that, right? You saw, because that was the first thing my crazy tail just did. Did you see? I didn't push hard enough, but I did push on it. Did you see that, Sean? We talking about crazy me right now. So I appreciate that shout out. I appreciate that. Good. That's a good lookout, fam. But I did mess up. Oh, supervisor ain't gonna have nothing. Yeah, he's not touching none of this kind of stuff. So you did, yeah, okay. So yes, there are blades down in here where you see the color changes. And I was pushing, and so they did make it crazy dummy proof a little bit, because it's not easy to press. It really isn't. It's not easy to get there, but I could have cut my finger wide open and I didn't. So I'm thanking the good Lord that he takes care of fools and babies. Okay. So here's a piece of fabric. And this is, so folded in half, this is 1, 2, and then folded over, that's 3, 4 pieces. Okay. Because I'm laying it over the cutting line. And we're going to try this out. So see if we can get 4 pieces of fabric to cut out of this right here live and on TV. It's not going to cut all the way. Let me see. Yeah, it is. I just got to slide that over. I'm just trying to make sure everything is covered. I'm going to flip this over because the circle is not as wide as this band down here. There we go. So there's that. There's that. Now, the way they did it, though, they had the fabric cut into the sections. I'm doing this the ghetto fabulous. Ain't never done this before, but we can ready to do it anyway way. Okay. And like Sean said, this is the mat that goes over the top. Cut 6 layers with no problem. See, and that's what I'm just y'all. I'm excited. And I was looking at other patterns and I was like, oh, that's cool. Oh, that's cool. And I was like, okay, Eve, calm down, because you got to focus on getting this order done. So saying all this to say, she said that the reason why she wanted 10 or 30, but it ended up being 10 to begin with, is because she had to send off those first few as a sample to see if the customer wants to continue going with the bucket hat part of it. Okay. So as of this moment in time, I don't have a bucket hat order. I don't. But I didn't know that when I got this. I found this out after taking her the hat and after making plans and arrangements for folks to come and help me get this order done. That's when I found out, after talking to her myself, because the first person had it wrong. So I had already gotten to the motion of getting this or whatever. So I'm not upset with it, because I know at some point I can use this otherwise, but it was just annoying that the information was given to me incorrectly. But you know, live and learn. I know what not to do from now on. Okay. So here we go. This is the whole die. You saw me put the fabric over the top of it. Here's the cutting mat that's over the top of the thing. And so what's going to happen is, when I roll it through, it's going to apply the pressure that my crazy hands was trying to press down, and it's going to press this fabric down over the top of those die blades. This is going to keep the die blades from coming all the way through and cutting up my thing, but it's going to give it to the squish that it needs in between to get the pieces cut out. Okay. And so we're going to commence to rolling now. I don't know which way to roll just yet, because I ain't never done this before. So we going to see. Oh, it's this way. Okay. So I'm going to push it up in there, and then pushing this up in there. Let me see. Let me know if I'm doing this wrong, y'all. Okay. So it is a little difficult once you. Oh, I see what it's doing. It's kind of like bending it to put that pressure on. Okay. So you wouldn't need to do this cranking if you got the electric one. But if you're not doing 310 hats, then that doesn't matter. Okay. Okay. All right. Boom. Okay. Turn the machine around so you don't kill your back and arm. I will. I was just doing that for right now. Thank you, Sean. I know I said that. And I was like, ooh, you cranking this the wrong way. But guess what? I can see the cuts already. Hang on. Let me slide that up so I can slide this back so that you can see. Can you see that? You might can't see that. I see the outline of the cuts right in there. But we're going to move this so that you can see it. Look at there. And I didn't even take this back cover off. I was supposed to cut the back cover off. Look at there. Look, cut through the paper. I knew I heard something that sounded crazy. Look at there. Rub the mat to reduce the static. Look at that. There's the pieces already cut out. Look at that. Just that quick. Yes, this is AccuQuilt, Jacqueline. It is AccuQuilt. So what my intention to do with this is to get the other pattern that I had and match it to see if the size difference is too much different or anything like that. But because this is, it already has the little indications for where to match up the patterns and all that other stuff, y'all, I was like, you know what, we're gonna try it. See, it is a significant difference from the pattern that I was using before. I'm gonna get let's see, where are the other pieces at? Whoops. Let's see. Yeah, a little bit, not too bad. See, look, let's fold this in half so that you can see what I was working with before. And I wasn't given any specific size requirements for this hat either. She didn't say they need to be women's, men's, nothing like that. Okay, so see, there's a, can you see the difference there? See all this space right here on this side and that space on that side. So that's the size difference. But it did look kind of universal when I saw how the women stitched it together, because they got a video showing how to put this pattern together. It looked kind of, you know, both women was wearing the hat. So I mean, you know, if folk got a tank head, then we'll have to figure that part out. But for right now, this is the bucket hat. And here are the pieces. So that's the AccuQuilt. If you've never heard of one before or seen one before, because I had not, this is super cool to me. Because I had never, this is actually really cool. So I'm excited to see what other dyes they have and find some other stuff to make with this. Like I said, I did get the oven mitt. I have a baseball hat. I have the bucket hat, and it came with some like little squares thingies that you can use to cut out the uh what's the face pieces with it, the quilting pieces with it. But y'all, they got a whole ton of different dyes and stuff that you can get with it. So anyway, I wanted to show you that and let y'all see the AccuQuilt, because I cannot have been the only person that had never heard of AccuQuilt before. I can't be the only one. So that's why I wanted to show that to y'all. Rabbit hole, right? I have the big shot and a smaller one for scrapbooking. Okay. So I should be able to use that with paper too, no? Or is it just only fabric? I don't know, because this, like I said, this is all new to me. Because I'm sitting here like, where did this come from? Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and bling this template, y'all, and start on making these shirts, because these shirts are for the other two that are not they don't normally wear the employee shirts, but they wanted the shirt and they work there, and I'm okay. I like both of them, so we're gonna go ahead and make them shirts, and then we're gonna give the one waitress lady that always makes their shirts for them, but out of vinyl. I'm gonna give her this template, and this template actually, you guys, to just here's another shout out, okay? If you have, like, this is a logo. This is not my logo. This is the logo. I took a picture of the back of their shirts, the logo on the back of their shirts, because that's where they wear it. And I sent the picture to Dennis, Rhinestone Mechanic. And I was like, bro, can you replicate this for me and make it a bling template? And he said, say less. I mean, that's not really what he said, but in theory, that's what I heard him say. He said, say less. And so he turned this into a rhinestone template for me. Well, you know, I bought it from him. And so you can do the same thing. If you find a design or you find a logo that you like that's not copywritten by anybody that you're going to get in trouble with, you can go to the Rhinestone Mechanic website, the same site in the link in the description, where we go to get the weekly rhinestone designs, and you can click on the left hand side, custom design, I think is what it says, and send him the image of the design that you're trying to get done, and you know, let it rip, because he got it done for me, and they absolutely love their design. They absolutely love it. They're tickled. They love wearing it, and they're proud to wear it. That's the cool thing. They love. As a matter of fact, a couple of them had this. One of them had her shirt on again today. So that's where, that's the kind of stuff that makes me love what we do, when you can spread the joy of the bling, and for customers to come in and just lose their minds over their shirts, and they're like, ooh, I love that shirt, where can I get one? One of the ladies that wants a shirt that works there, she normally doesn't wear one, she came to remind me she didn't have her shirt yet. She didn't say that, but she was like, yeah, the people still, they come in and they're always talking about those shirts and how much they love those shirts. I was saying to myself, you're right, I haven't done your shirt yet. I'll get it done. So just had a lot going on this week, so I hadn't had a chance to get around to making hers yet. So that's what I'm doing now. We're gonna bling this. I'm gonna turn the heat press back on. But yeah, so thank y'all for seeing my unboxing. Hopefully you, if you do get into doing rhinestoning with us, rhinestoning, quilting or sewing with us, the AccuQuilt is super cool. If you get one, let me know so I can see and cheer you on too, and know that I'm not alone with this thing. Even though I know I'm not alone, because Miss Deborah Browning was like, bro, Annie Roll sells. Oh, Eve sells. Oh, you talking about these mats? Yes. Good night to and or for Naomi. Girl, what are you using to adhere your template to brush in yours? Yeah, no. So this is the Dollar Tree cutting mat. And this is our cutting mats. So there's a difference. It's bigger. So our cutting mats are bigger than the ones from Dollar Tree. So we sell ours in a 10 pack, I think. Let me look at it. Yep, you get 10 15 by 12 templates in a pack. And they're on our hotfix.store. The link is in the description for that. So I don't usually use the Dollar Tree mats unless I know there's a smaller template, but usually I don't use the Dollar Tree mats anymore because ours are bigger and thicker in some aspects. Because the mats I used to get were thin from Dollar Tree. Bloop. Okay, so here is the outline of the pancake. Chicken scratch. One of my stones flipped over, so we're gonna flip that right back over. Must have some static going on. Oh, thank you, Miss Gail. She said our mats are more sturdy. Let's get that flip. Nope, it ain't want to flip. Okay, okay. I'm not about to make you flip like that. I'll make you flip like that. Okay. Ta-da! All right, so there's the one side, and it's off center because I don't. When I normally cut my templates or bling my templates, see, there's a lot of extra space over here on the sides and at the top. The only reason I have it that way is because I have more pieces on this side. But what happens is when you go to pick it up with the plastic, if the transfer tape sticks to this side, it's kind of hard to, and it's like pat, 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 and it's just like, you know, I don't like that. So normally, to answer your question, Jay Montgomery, usually I attach it to this non-slick side. See, there's a slick, shiny side. I normally put my templates on this side if I do a one-sided template, but I'm kind of, you know, I like to save and, you know, make as much use out of a template as I can. So on this side, I will use the shiny side if I have to. And as you see, this is a smaller, these are smaller pieces. So I have smaller strips that I can use on this side to keep from having to get all this plastic with my transfer tape. You're welcome. But normally I use this side. All right, so there's one pancake outline. I need to do another one. So let's do another one because there's two shirts that I have to do. And then what time is it? I can't tell. 10:35. What? Okay. I didn't talk as long as I thought I did. But yeah, that AccuQuilt, I'm super excited about it. And I'm looking forward to cutting out more stuff and sewing because I love to sew. I've always loved to sew, especially things. I've never was really interested in sewing clothing. Until recently. I'm okay with sewing clothing now that I have a little bit more patience now that I'm older. But I love sewing things like bags and curtains or window treatments and pillows and little stuff like that. So that oven mitt was right up my alley. So that's why I went ahead and grabbed the oven mitt template. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff that I hope to get into sewing eventually, but it's gonna, you know, I gotta slowly build up to that. I'm not gonna jump gung ho into it, but I've been talking to the nice folks at DIME about quilting, and so I need all the help and prayer I can get with this quilting thing, because I'm particular with the way stuff turns out, and I need it to be right. That's why I love doing in the hoop. In the hoop is by far my absolute top notch thing to do in embroidery, because I don't care what fabric I use. I don't care what color fabric. I don't care what I do. Everything turns out exactly the same for the most part every single time, because it stitches everything out. I don't do anything really. So if I do a large order, like say for instance the bucket hats, if they were in the hoop, I know I wouldn't have had to worry about anything, because they all would have been perfect. I absolutely love doing in the hoop projects. So but I don't have a bucket hat in the hoop project. So hey, the phone homework. Going back, doubling back, I also want to bring this up again for those who may have just come in. Cuss. We are we have added some entertainment to the Bling Fest. So we do rhinestones over here, and we have an annual Bling Fest that we like to throw. And so this is our third annual Bling Fest. And the third annual Bling Fest on Friday, if you choose to come on Friday, we have a plated dinner on Friday evening. So if you were to, say, for instance, travel here to the Bling Fest, well, Friday evening about 5:30, we do a plated dinner. The menu, you'll choose your menu selections when you purchase your ticket. And uh-oh, where are you at? You are right there. You purchase your ticket for if you choose to come to the dinner. The dinner's theme color this year is red, and it's a starter. You also get your dessert and all of that stuff, the whole shebang. You sit down and you're served at your table. That is Friday evening. We will have after dinner entertainment. We got a concert going on Friday evening. Super excited about that. That's the first time we are doing that. And then we have Saturday, the next day, starting at 10 a.m. is the Bling Fest. If you choose to come to the Bling Fest and you purchase tickets to the Bling Fest, you will get served lunch of your choice. That menu is a selection on your ticket as well. You'll choose your lunch, and you will receive a whole kit that involves or swag bag that it includes your a set of some rhinestones to start with, and a blank or two. Who knows? You never know, because I be seeing stuff as time goes, and I be adding stuff whether folk want me to add, he want me to add it or not, and I be doing team too much, y'all. So pray for me. But it comes with your blank. It comes with your blank, your brush, your scoop. It comes with all of that in your bag. And then we all bling together, and we have a really good time. We have a DJ come spinning the tunes while the old folks dance at the family reunion. So we have the DJ spinning tunes. We have a photographer there that's going to be taking pictures. You do get your pictures afterwards once they finish, with all of the photography stuff with the pictures. We got something new going on with pictures this year. I'm very excited about it. We're talking about doing a contest as well this year, of sorts, not anything like super major where you got to be sweating bullets. So yeah, this year the lineup of stuff that we got going on is a little more robust, and so I'm looking forward to it. We do have a special guest that has signed on that has never come to Bling Fest before. And that person is going to be there. So I'm excited, super excited about that. So that's going to add a whole nother element to the Bling Fest. Normally we end at about 6 this year. It's going to go a little longer than that, especially with the new guest coming. And then let's see, it was something else I was going to tell you just that quick. My brain went south on me. Let's see, video, we got videography going. I was telling you about the new thing that's going to be there, a little bit about the new thing. I want to tell you so bad. I really do, because that's already there. I already have it and everything. I'm just really excited about it. Let's see, what else? What else? I can't think of what else I want to tell you, because it just be so much. My brain spins so hard and so fast that a lot of times I overlook stuff. It will be in North Carolina, Charlotte, North Carolina. That's where I live. And I was going to look into traveling and taking the Bling Fest on the road. And then I ended up going to Bling Fest is October 25th, 2025. October 25th, 2025. The dinner is going to be the night of the 24th, but the actual Bling Fest is on the 25th. If you purchase the ticket when you're traveling in, the hotel is included. That's part of that price. If you choose that, and then you don't have to anymore. All you got to do is just go on to the website and pick your night. The dates are already laid out on there. So you just choose what date it is that you want to add, and you go from there. Trip to the Fabric Warehouse if you want to. It is there. I don't know that I'll be able to make it, because last year I thought that I would have time to go to the Fabric Warehouse and hang out with some folks. Yeah, girl, planning for the Bling Fest and trying to get everything done with the Bling Fest, I did not have time. But if you want to go to the Fabric Warehouse, the owner is aware of it. He knows the dates of the event. He knows that folks are coming, and he's welcome and open and ready for anyone to come and get fabric to use in your AccuQuilt, by the way. And as a matter of fact, usually when you go to the Fabric Warehouse and you shop, you have to have an account, but he will allow you, if you don't want to have an account of your own for whatever reason, you can use our account. You can shop under our name, The Baby's Booty. You are welcome to use our name, because at the end of the day, we just want people to go there and shop, because Joann's done closed. And I don't know what effect that's going to have on them. They do service. I know at one point they were getting fabric to Joann's and places like that. So I don't know if this mess is going to affect. As a matter of fact, I need to go and talk to him, make sure they're good. But it's frustrating in a way to see our places are closing on us, y'all. Yes, he will ship it, but you got to pay shipping, but he will ship it. But it's frustrating to see our places closing. But this place they actually supply fabric to fabric stores. So if I'm not mistaken, Joann's was one of the places they would supply fabric to. So I don't know. I don't know, y'all. And I hate seeing our stuff closing down like it's been doing. All right, I'm gonna try and get one of these shirts done. I was trying to get both sets pressed, but I'm gonna go ahead because it's a quarter till, and then that way I can get y'all out of here, and I can finish this shirt afterwards. But I wanted to just mention the Bling Fest again, because it won't be long, and it's going to be right here upon us. And this year is going to be a whole lot more fun stuff, extra stuff going on that we haven't had before. So I'm looking forward to seeing how you guys enjoy the additions, because one of the things I try really hard to do this year that I did not do last year, only because you kind of, I didn't think about it the very first year. But the second year, what I did do was put in a feedback. It was like, did you come? How did you enjoy it? If you would change anything, what would you change? If you had a suggestion, what would you suggest? And I actually listened. I took the time and paid attention to what folks were saying. And if it was something that I could implement, I implemented it. If it wasn't something I could implement, at least I have something to take away and can, try and maybe implement it later, or at least give me something to reflect on how I can improve. And that's the thing, because I know it's tight for quite a few folks right now, and times is tough. But when you want to get together and have fun, you want to get together and have fun. You don't want to, spend money and then it's like, bro, why did we even do this again? No, I want you to have fun. I want us to have fun. And yes, getting together is fun, but I want you to definitely have an enjoyable time and make memories like we've been doing the last couple of years. And so I'm super excited about it. And I look forward to seeing everybody come together and have a good time, because we generally do. All right. So I'm getting this picked up and put up because I'm going to bring out SS6 now. And we definitely don't want to mix up SS10 and SS6 in our rhinestones. Where is my SS6? What's the face? Let's see. Over here somewhere. Here's the crystal SS6. SS6 is so super teeny. It's crazy how small SS6 is. Oops, I didn't know my microphone was over there. All right, y'all. My heat press is on. I need to pre-press this shirt too, because I haven't pre-pressed it. Now, I just had this SS6 the other day. Let me get the shirt first and pre-press it before my heat press turns off. Oh. All right, so I just went to Hobby Lobby and got a shirt. Normally I order shirts, but I went to Hobby Lobby. Now, one of these shirts for one lady is a 4X, but I don't think I'm gonna give her that shirt because of the way the shirt is made. It's not kind of the way she wears her shirts. So, but this is not going on the front. It's going on the back. They wear their logo on the back of the shirt. Nicole placed my first order. Oh, yay! Thank you, Nicole. We look forward to sending out your stones if we haven't already. Depending upon which one you purchase. If you purchase the buy-in side generally takes about 30 days, between 21 and 30 days to ship out. Hotfix.store. We ship out right away. Now I will say that the buy-in this time will have the rest of the icy available. The 250s are already available. The 250 gross boxes are already available on the Hotfix. I'm sorry, on the buy-in. I just have not turned them on in the chippers and the chip yet. Where is my SS6? This is crazy. Am I gonna have to go get more? I don't want to have to go get more. I don't want to have to go get it. Let's see. Is it this up here? Nope. Let me see. I already looked right there. And I have some stones right there, but I don't want to use them, because those are not the same stones. Y'all, I'm going to have to go get stones. I know I had a box up here. I'm overlooking it, I'm sure. Meanwhile, let me go ahead and press the outside of the design. because it has pre-pressed. And then I'll grab the SS6. What is over here? What size is this? This is SS10. So no, not the same thing. All right. Okay, so here's the back of the shirt. I'm cooling it off a little bit because I don't want the heat to warp my mat. And y'all, how about somehow, I don't know how, I done gouged my cutting mat. And when I tell you I am sick, I am so frustrated at myself because I don't know how I did it, but it has gouges in my cutting mat right here. And that's not how we treat our equipment. So I am very sad about that. So I'm lining this up with the neck of the shirt. And when I press something to the back, oh, you know what? This is too high because I got to put the words up above it. So if you can see, you see how that's the neckline? That's to the front of the shirt. All right. So that neckline, I try really hard to make sure that whatever I put on the back of the shirt, I press below that neckline. Okay. So I have to put the word Pancake House up here. So I'm going to bring this down to right here. All right. And then there's that. Here's the Pancake House. So I can press, I should have been able to press both of these at the same time, but I want that to be right here. Can you see the tape up under there? So I can't press it at the same time because that tape is going to hold on to the stones, and that's not good. And that also showed me I'm too low. So I'm going to come up just a little bit. Just a little itty bitty bit. All right. And then I'm going to go ahead and press this. Let me make sure it's straight. All righty. And then I'm going to put the words up at the top and at the bottom, and then I'm going to fill in the inside. Now, what I was going to say is two things. Number one, when I press like this, I like to make sure that I press below that neckline. Marchetta, our tacky tape is on our website on hotfixfix.store. Hotfixfix.store. If you go there, our tacky tape is there. Right now, we're running low on the larger rolls, but I do have some smaller rolls until my order of rolls come in. So that tacky tape goes pretty quick because it's thick. It's not a thinner transfer tape. So the thinner the tape, I find there's a lot of static in the thinner tape. And then it can get away from you while you're trying to press. So I like the thicker tape. It gives you a little bit more control than the thinner tape does. So I love our tacky tape. All right, so here is the pancake. I was supposed to do the peel reveal with y'all, but I didn't. I'm sorry. But there's the peel reveal. And now let's put Pancake House up at the top. And I'm probably going to take the time to bling the SS6 to finish this particular one. I'm a little high up at that neckline. I came up a little too high, but it's going to be all right with this one. So I try not to go and press that neckline, but I'm going to press it this time. Oh, so the other thing I was getting ready to say, and I did not get to say it, is a lot of times as well, when I'm doing a two-part design, where one part is SS10 and the other part is SS6, because this design, every part of the design, all the words and this outer part is all SS10, but the pancake fill-in right here where the syrup is dripping, can you see it? Let me, right there. This is SS6. So normally I would press SS6 first, okay? My way around that right now is I have left my, because our rhinestones, we suggest that we recommend that you press them at 350 degrees for 12 to 15 seconds. What I did was I turned up the time. So right now I'm pressing these shirts at 20 seconds. So what that is going to do is give more time for the heat to hopefully reach those SS6 stones and get them stuck to the shirt. That worked pretty well for us with these last shirts, and they don't have any stones missing off of their shirts. So I'm hoping it'll do good with this one as well. I'm missing a stone right there. Let's see, is this a stone? Should it be? Yep. So the top of that end came off somewhere. Slide you over just a little bit. There we go. Well, a little bit more. I don't like the way that looks. Whoop. And then the phone number. Okay, I want that closer. So I don't want that to overlap. So I'm going to trim this really quick because I do want to press this at the same time. The reason why I want to press these at the same time is because I want them to line up really well. Like almost perfectly. So I'm going to go ahead and press them together. And I like to make sure that it's lined up like it's supposed to. And that it's not crooked, but I gotta put it on at the same time in order to know that for sure. So let me take a look. Oh no, that's leaning both ways. So that's a no. So this needs to not be leaning. That needs to come up first. So let's take a look at that first. Perfect. And now we got to bring this one down on this side. Let's go here. Make sure you're like that there. And that works, but this is higher than that one. So let's bring this one down. Okay. There we go. All right. So I'm going to get this up just a little bit on this end, and then we'll be good to press. Let me take a look, make sure I got that up, and I did. Okay. So let's press this. Now this one is going to have to be done in 2 presses because I have, that's long, much longer than my heat press. So, because I'm pressing both at the same time. All right, so that's going to be one shirt once I get the filling of the pancake. Let me go get some SS6, y'all. Give me one moment. I know I had it. Crazy because I know I had a chip of icy crystal AB in here somewhere. Okay. Hey, Uni. And Dennis say he got a 14-hour day. I hope it goes quickly for you, Dennis, and you ain't doing a whole lot that's going to take too long. All right, y'all, so let's get this poured on. And I need my other brush. There we go. For my SS6, because these little stones do better with the bone brush. So if you're looking for rhinestone supplies or rhinestones, definitely check out the hotfix.store. If you are looking to purchase wholesale rhinestones, then check out the babiesbooty.store. And the babiesbooty.store is where you will find the link to tickets to the Bling Fest. Also, once they post the tickets to the event in Dallas, we'll be in Dallas, Irving, Texas, in July. And we will be hosting a Bling Fling, which is a small, much smaller, more tame event in Irving. And we also will be selling rhinestones at the Applique Getaway. We have a vendor booth that we will be doing again this year. We did it last year. So we're going to do that again this year. And so once they start selling those tickets, I'll post a link in the events tab where you can go and get those tickets if you would like to. But it will not be like the Bling Fest. It'll be something similar. Usually there's a lot of beginners at the Bling Fling, and no dinner. No, you don't get fed. You don't get fed there by us anyways. And no entertainment there for our stuff. It's a lot less, but it's still fun. So if you can make it, I'd love to see you. But yeah, Dallas is the 16th, 17th, 18th or something like that. Hold on, it's a 4-day situation. The Applique Getaway. Let me say, where's my phone? My phone is right here, but I don't have ticket information yet. I don't know when they're going to start selling the tickets. I thought it would be on sale by now, but it might be, and I just don't know because I've been all over the map lately with a lot going on. July the 17th through the 20th. July 17th through the 20th is the Applique Getaway. But that's an event that's, all for like quilting, embroidery, that kind of stuff. And with us being there, we'll be the rhinestone vendor there. So if you're in the Dallas area, Texas area, come check us out. All right. Lid, band, until I do the other pancake. Okay, Ora, it is 4 minutes after. So, oh shoot, I didn't press the other side. The other rest of the phone number. So let's do that. Yes, no, I've always understood. So SS6 does allow for a lot more detail in smaller areas, and it adds a lot more bling to the shirt because you're adding more rhinestones in a concentrated area. For me, and the size of the rhinestones and working with the smaller stones is a little more challenging for myself personally. So I prefer to not necessarily use SS6. That's not my initial go-to. But yes, SS6 is king when it comes to getting detail and making sure that you can get the results of the logo that you want and need. So I'm sure something could have been done with this shirt in SS10, completely all SS10, but that SS6 does allow it to give you a good bit more detail. So yeah, SS6 has its place now. I'm never going to knock that. It definitely has its place. And it definitely does work. So if a design can be done in all SS6, if I could work with SS6 by itself exclusively on a regular basis, it would be worth it. But the way my eyes and my and my head and my arthritis is set up and chasing these little bitty stones all over. So you see, that's how the pancake comes together with the SS6. It turns out absolutely gorgeous, and it is a light show, y'all. When them heifers come around the corner with them shirts on and they turn around, it's like, wow, that's crazy. Yeah, those shirts definitely make a statement when they're wearing them. And that's why I use the SS6 with the bone brush, because it has this soft material on the back, the soft fur, and the stones don't stick in there. Thank you, Donzel. Yeah, Applique Getaway was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. Thank you, MWADE Minor. Thank you. This is a logo to a local pancake restaurant, the Pancake House. I love their food. Like, we go regularly, and they have, it's a little mom and pop type joint, and they have excellent food. So here is one shirt. She is going to be so happy that she got her shirt finally, because it's been about a week or two since I gave them their shirts, the waitresses, their shirts. But this is not for a waitress. This is for another worker there. So super, super pretty. Who's going to be in the booth with me? The Mister is going to be in the booth with me. And possibly Miss Sheila Cushionberry, my right-hand woman. Hopefully we can get, hi, Sheila Cushionberry. Hopefully we can get her there again this year. That's what we're hoping for. Yes, it will be in Irving, Texas. We'll have more information. As soon as those tickets go on sale, I'll let you know. I'm definitely gonna let you know about those tickets, because it's a fun event. I mean, you when I tell you, all the fabric, all the zippers, all the blanks, all the, what else was there, Sheila, that I was trying to run from and not fool with? Now all the rhinestones, like, it's a shopping event. It is definitely a shopping event. And you also learn. There's classes. There's going to be classes there. If you know Alexis with So Sweet Monogramming, she is going to be teaching a couple of classes. I taught a couple of classes last year. This year, I'm only doing the Bling Fling. I'm not teaching any classes this year that I can think of. That might change, but for right now, I'm not teaching any classes. Only because it took a lot out of me going down there and traveling. We'll be doing things a little bit different this time, but it took a lot out of me to travel. So, which is why our event, the Bling Fest, is held in Charlotte, not out of town. I initially wanted to travel with it, but traveling to Dallas taught me a lesson. And my papa taught me years ago, you learn from your lessons. There's no bad lessons to learn. There's only lessons to learn. And he said, you need to learn these lessons. And I swear, for everything on that I know, that was a serious lesson to learn. Traveling halfway across the country with a booth to set up and heavy rhinestones and heavy stuff to go with that was a lot. That was a lot. It really was. So when you make choices like that, you kind of got to learn whether or not doing something a certain way is worth it or not. And I have a whole lot more to set up for Bling Fest than I do for Bling Fling, because the Applique Getaway is not my event. The Bling Fling is, but the Applique Getaway is not. Whereas the Bling Fest is our event. And all the stuff that I have to do to set up and bring in order to pull the event off is a lot. And I can't see taking that across country, because struggling with the little bit that I did take to Dallas was a challenging undertaking. So I learned that lesson. And we did it in 16 hours. Sheila, like we drove straight. We did not stop. That was mistake number one. We did not stop. We should have. I mean, we stopped for like a quick hot second break, grab a drink, grab bathroom, grab, snacks. But then after that, we hit the road again. We took turns sleeping, napping, and driving. And that was I was my feet swole up on me real bad. That's when hang on, time out. That's when Shaka Terrell came and brought me some compression socks. I thank the good Lord for her for that, because that made all the difference in the world driving back home. Because when I tell you my feet and ankles swelled up so bad, so bad, it was horrible, the swelling. And them compression socks saved my little raggedy life. Um, so yeah. But anyway, sorry, I didn't want to go into that. But we got a lot coming up, y'all. We have a lot coming up, a lot of events, a lot of fun things on the plans, on the dockets, on the ticket. So be on the lookout for that. Bling Fest. Yeah, and then when I went to go see Sheila, yep, sure did. Got me some more peaches, which that was worth it. But we got a lot coming up, coming down the pipes. And so I would love to see you in the events that we're hosting. I would love to see you here on our channel in doing some AccuQuilt type stuff, cutting out stuff. If I do get the account or the order of all the bucket hats, I'd love to do, a session where we're doing bucket hats and I'm stitching through those hats. Because when I tell you I was flying through them hats, I was flying through them hats. If I get the order. If I don't, I'm not about to cry over spilt milk. I was able to get the P2. I got to find another way for that P2 to pay for itself. And I got the AccuQuilt. Got to find another way for the AccuQuilt to pay for itself. But at the end of the day, it was an interesting experience, and I wouldn't trade that for the world. So here is the shirt that we just did. This is a size large. And it is a unisex large. I got it from Gildan, so hopefully this will work for her. And that's the Pancake House logo to my place where I love to go get my sausage omelet and my wheat toast and my grits and they got a pecan pancake. Oh my God. Pecan pancake. And they have waffles. They have all kinds of really good food. So excited about that. So at any rate, that's that. I was able to show you guys the P2. I'm glad you got to see that. If you didn't, definitely do the replay and go check out the new big baby. That is, so the M1 was the white diode laser. I have since bequeathed that to my daughter-in-law, so she has that now. I still have my X2 F1. That's not going anywhere because I use it for my business. And then now we have, so the X2 F1, I didn't name it, or did I? Exodus. The X2 F1 is Exodus. The X2 M1 was Ecstasy. And now the X2 P2 is now Ecstatic. So that's our X line. And so I'm excited about that. The colors on my shirt are, this is icy corn silk. The words are icy corn silk. You are about to exceed the limits of my medication. So this is icy corn silk, and the outline is blue diamond. I thought they would look good together on the shirt. And I'm going to give you guys another little I had an extra stone in there. Where is it at? I just saw it in the camera. Yep, right there. Medication. That's an extra stone. I'm going to use the heater, little teeny heater thing, and heat that one stone off. But I'm going to give y'all a inside something that I haven't told anybody about that blue diamond. Are y'all ready for a secret about that blue diamond? Let me know if you're ready for a secret. about the blue diamond. Kai Smith, I know, right? It's a lot, but I'll break it down a little bit better and have more information about it once those tickets go on sale. Because I can't say but so much right now. I can't even tell you where to get the ticket, how to get the ticket, nothing until I get all of that information. Yes, it is All the Way Realty Group, especially when they like the craft just as much as I do. Y'all, the blue diamond is the very first icy that we've sold. And I didn't name it Icy Blue Diamond, but the blue diamond is an icy stone. Y'all didn't know it. But this is a Swarovski level rhinestone as well. I just didn't really say much about it. And I should have, but I didn't charge like that for that stone. But this is our very first icy. It's just not named icy. And then the icy corn silk is an icy. We also have the icy crystal AB, icy corn silk, icy crimson, icy candy apple, icy ocean, icy sky, icy blush, icy daffodil, and icy lime. So it's a whole icy collection. And I do have a link on the website where you can click on both sites, on hotfixfix.store and on the babiesbooty.store, where if you click on shop by color, you can click on icy collection and it'll show you all the icy stones. Blue diamond ain't in there because nobody knew that was an icy, and it's not named icy, but this is actually the very first icy stone we've ever offered in our store. My favorite icy so far is Icy Crystal AB. The reason why Icy Crystal AB is my favorite so far is because it really doesn't make sense just how light grabbing Icy Crystal AB is. It makes absolutely no sense. And I really, even though I'm showing it to y'all like this, but like when they were wearing this shirt in the restaurant, this is how it looked in the restaurant. And it wasn't dark like in this room. It was in the daytime. Of course, it wasn't out in the sun, but that Icy Crystal AB is ridiculous. It like lights up like fire. And it's just it grabs attention. I mean, I'm sure the Icy Crystal would have grabbed attention too, because the Icy Crystal is just as blingy. But this Icy Crystal AB, and because it's versatile, like Icy Crystal AB can act up on anything. It goes with any color. It looks good. Icy Crystal AB is hands down my favorite. I don't know. But yeah, this is my favorite. The other next close would probably be that's a tough one. That's a tough one because so like Icy Crystal is super versatile. What's the difference in the icy and the other? The facets. You have more facets on our icy collection, so it blings more and blings harder. So with rhinestones, you have facets in the stones. Of course, I don't have a stone up here with me to show you. I usually keep a rhinestone right here. But when you have a rhinestone or a diamond, even, or think of a disco ball, do the icy crystals come in the chippers? They do. But I have not turned them on yet. That's my bad. I haven't done that yet. But they will be available in the chippers, the pick, and the pick 6. I just haven't turned them on yet. But think of a disco ball. All the mirrors on the disco ball are facets. So every flat surface on a diamond reflects light. So when you see a disco ball, the more mirrors on that disco ball with the light pointing to it, the more it's going to flash and reflect the light and be super pretty. So that being the case, the yes, I can. The more facets on a rhinestone or on a diamond, for instance. Diamonds are a girl's best friend. So the prettier diamonds are super clear and they have a lot of facets on them so that I don't care what way you turn that hand, it's going to blind somebody. Well, the brand name of the well-known, everybody has accepted it in society. We know it is a fact. Swarovski crystals are like, we know that's top notch. You can't get no better than Swarovski crystal rhinestones. Below, just barely below that, almost on the same playing field, is Preciosa. Those are right up there with Swarovski. Super high facets, super clarity, just beautiful rhinestones. Now we're talking about rhinestones, not diamonds now. Swarovski and Preciosa. So those are top. Then after that, you got other stones, and then you got your basic stones with very few facets. Well, we have found the supplier that will allow us to have the Swarovski level rhinestones. And that was a long, deep, hard search. So now that we have them, we want to offer them to folks because, as I've always said, our rhinestones are solid square inch of SS10 is 36. Okay. More than twice the facets. That's crazy. That's math. I'm not a math person, but I like how you brought that out. Our rhinestones that we've always supplied have always been blingy. That's been my qualification. You want to reach out to me to sell rhinestones? Okay, this manufacturer? Okay, what you got? Send it to me. If I'm not impressed, I'm not selling it. That's just the way it works. And the reason for that is not for any other reason other than, if I'm selling these stones to you and you're making these shirts for other people, I want your customers to be impressed with what you offer them. It has nothing to do with me. It is all about you. I want you to have top quality stuff. I want you to have the nicest level of bling to offer your customers so that you don't have customers coming back. I had one customer call me. Well, I called this customer for something entirely different. And this customer said, I've been sending people to you to buy your stones because I know people who do rhinestones and they've been buying stones from Temu and from Amazon. And this one person who just would not buy your stones, she bought them from Temu, Amazon, or one of them places. She made her shirt and she sent me a picture the next day. She got in the car and the seatbelt snatched off all them rhinestones. And another thing this person said, whenever they show shirts with the rhinestones on them, they show the shirt with the finer thing rhinestones, and then they show the shirt with the icy rhinestones. Just about everybody picks the icy rhinestones because they bling that much harder and they're that much prettier. That's the icy collection. So our goal is to help you make the most money and to bring the most praise and the most reliability out of you and your business to your customers. Because if you can't succeed, then what am I doing over here? Has nothing to do with me. This is all about making sure that you have what's the best to offer to your customers. Because if I'm out here buying rhinestone shirts, I don't want just anything. I want top-notch, good quality stuff. Now, you gonna have some folks, just like, I don't know if you was over there at Crafting with Delonda in the So Good Sunday when Morgan went and did her event, and she's out here, this baby is out here crocheting this stuff by hand, okay? Crocheting her little heart out, taking her time. Now, I've been crocheting all of 5 seconds this last go round. And when I crocheted before, I didn't make this kind of stuff. Like me and Patrice made a scrunchie on Friday, and I'm working on another scrunchie. But that baby done made, like, I bought an octopus from her a while back. You know, this stuff takes time to make. So when she sets her prices, I'm not out here saying, "Oh my gosh, she charging that much for that." No, because I know that baby sat there and took her time to make this. And whatever she felt was her value of her time. And I know this is a good quality, super cute. Look at his face. Look at this face and tell him he costs too much. Look, tell him. Tell him. Somebody need to tell him. Tell him he costs too much. Go on, tell him. Matter of fact, I'm gonna turn my head while you tell him because I don't want to see it, and I don't even want to hear it. You tell him that because I'm not gonna tell him that because he didn't cost too much, not to me, because I know what she put into it. I know that baby did hard work to make that happen. So you're gonna have customers that's gonna be like, oh, because the guy that came to the restaurant and he wants one of these shirts for his girlfriend. His girlfriend don't work there, but he wants her to have a rhinestone shirt. And when I bust him upside the head with, okay, well, this is a $60 shirt. You can have one, but it's $60. If he is like, oh, that costs too much, then your girlfriend don't want this shirt. She don't want the shirt. I'm just saying, you not going, what you're not going to do is make me feel like I'm charging too much. That's not what you're about to do with anything that I do, because everything is done with intention. And it's unfair. Listen, Linda, listen. Where my microphone at? Listen, Linda, listen. Listen, Linda, listen. Listen. What time is it? Yeah, we overtime and I'm here for it right now because this is kind of like after hours. Listen. I've been doing this in life. Crafting, making stuff, selling stuff for, I think that baby is 10 years old now. The brother. So the sister is 9 years old, I think. I got to look it up. No, that's a lie. The brother has to be 12. So the sister is 11, 10 or 11 years old because my grandson is 10. No, he'll be 10 this year. So she has to be 11. She was older than him. If she's not 12, she's older than him because I made my grandson's blanket for his baby shower. And that's after I had been doing embroidery and sewing for a little bit. Well, rhinestones came after. So I've been doing rhinestones 8 years now, roughly 8 years, 7, 8 years. In all of the crafting that I've been doing, I've underpriced myself because I was worried about what people thought. I underpriced because this is not, we're going in our, what is it, third or fourth year of doing the buy-in this year. I can't even remember because that's just the way my brain works. Whatever year it is, y'all would probably know better than I do. This ought to be quite transparent. 4 years ago, whenever it was, I just started doing buy-ins, was not my first time doing a buy-in. I did a buy-in way back, probably 7, 8. No, I started 8 years ago doing rhinestone. So it must have been about 7, 6 years ago. I did a very small buy-in. Only 5 people knew about it. And I went in with them and we got rhinestones. And to be quite honest, that was not a smart move when I did it the way I did it then. I this time went in with my husband and I'm like, look, this is what I'm trying to do. I did it this time, but look, I'm right here at the red and I don't know what I'm doing wrong. And he was like, first of all, you're not running this as a business. You're running this as, you're doing this as a favor for friends. That's not going to help you be productive because you got this expense, that expense, that expense, that expense. Where is that being split across the board? So this isn't being done correctly. And I was like, that's why I'm asking. I went to him in tears asking him for help because I did not value what was being done here. I wasn't running it as a business. So when it comes 2018, that's crazy. When it comes to when you're running a business, and there's a lot of y'all in here that are wanting to run a business. Now, I'm not talking about the folks that's already experienced. Miss Barb is experienced. A lot of y'all already been selling. Leo Nelson, all y'all been selling for a long time. I'm talking about the ones that's trying to get into it. Price your stuff and don't be afraid of, okay, yeah, times is hard. And I understand that. Just like what we were talking about earlier with Morgan and stuff. We understand times is hard because it's hard for everybody. The thing is, just because times are hard doesn't mean that it's fair to expect me to discount all the way down so that it can be more affordable for you, so that I'm at a loss and I'm in the red. Because guess what? That's what happened with Joann's Fabrics. Where is Joann's Fabrics now? Where's Joann's Fabrics? That's what happened with who else we know. I just found out On the Border. I love On the Border. I love my empanadas. Gone. All of them shut down. Matter of fact, they just put the sign out on my On the Border yesterday. Gone out of business. Period. Gone. What happened to look at all of the businesses from January 2023 to what is this? March of 2020. I'm sorry, January 2024 to March of 2025. Look at all of the businesses that have shut down, y'all. Why are they shutting down? They're shutting down because, yes, sales have declined, but somewhere in there, most of these places offering sales and offering deals and offering discounts, and that's good. It's okay to do that, but it can't always be like that. That's why eggs cost what they cost right now, because they're trying to make sure that they stay open, that they stay being able to keep producing more eggs for us to eat. It costs a lot to run a chicken farm, fam. That machinery and stuff ain't cheap. Now, there could be some conspiracy stuff behind that, but I ain't talking about that right now. What I'm talking about is do your business, and you're going to have people that are like, oh, they charge too much and da 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 da. Okay, well, guess what? Just like I'm throwing it out here because I done heard it before. Bling Fest tickets is high. I know they are, because of the value of what we know we're bringing you. I'm not making money off of Bling Fest, because by the time I get through spending, on Bling Fest, y'all, a hell will be broke. Okay. And usually I done overspent. But that's because that's something I love, and I want y'all to have fun, and I want y'all to have the best experience I possibly can. With the way prices went last year, I definitely overspent. But I'm just saying all of that to say everything is done purposefully, and not everything is done so as to rape people or rake people over the coals. That's the word I was trying to say, not the R other word. Rake people over the coals. That's not my goal. So when I'm pricing something, just like with this shirt, and I told that customer it's going to be $60 for this shirt, I'm not saying that because I'm trying to break his pockets and make him spend a whole bunch of money. No, it's because I know what the value of my stones is. I know the time that I take to stand here and put this shirt together, to go get the shirt, bring the shirt here, get my stones. If I was buying the stones, pressing the stones and doing them in layers, making sure it's straight, the whole night, I'm going above and beyond to make sure this is right for you, for your girlfriend. So if you see the value in her having a shirt that you know she's going to absolutely love, you're going to pay for it. And you expecting me to discount it in a way is not fair. And for those out there who don't agree with me, you're going to learn that when it's your turn to be selling something, And people are going to be coming to you saying, why is this being charged like that? But I'm going to give you you know what? Where's my soapbox at? What time is it? I'm getting ready to be back on this soapbox because guess what? Kai, I know you. I remember you saying that. I'm going to tell you an example. This is my personal example. It has nothing to do with Bling, none of that. This is a current, recent, just freaking happened example. I had, when I first bought this house, I think I've been here almost 5 years now. When I first bought this house, we knew it had plumbing issues, y'all. We already knew it. We didn't know the extent of it, but we knew it had plumbing issues. I hired somebody that I knew to come in and do plumbing for me. That was a whole cluster cuss. It was a whole, the pipe wasn't put on right in the kitchen. It ended up with the pipe coming apart, flooding my kitchen floor, where I ended up having flood damage in the kitchen, but that was fine because the way it ended up, it allowed me to see that the floor that was on the floor was not the real floor. The floor that was on the floor was 5 layers of floor covering a beautiful hardwood floor. So even though I was frustrated at having to rip up my floor and price trying to get a floor, I found a beautiful hardwood floor up under there. And I was like, bro, that was the best mistake ever. So I'm not too mad at what happened with that. But anyway, I digress. Let's go back. Ripped up the floor, found the floor. Okay. Ended up having more plumbing done a couple of years later. That was year 1 and me being in the house. Year 3 in the house, I had somebody come and do a bathroom for me because the floor was bad. I had to have the entire subfloor and everything cut out, taken out, and did the plumbing in there because the plumbing was wrong. The bathroom was too small. I needed a handicap bathroom, handicap accessible bathroom that a wheelchair could fit in. So he redid the bathroom. He redid the plumbing. This is somebody else that I knew, somebody I love with everything in my soul. This person is very close and I love him dearly. He's a general contractor, not a certified plumber. The plumbing wasn't done completely right. Okay. I'm just throwing it out there. It's okay because it wasn't horrible, but let's fast forward to 2 weeks ago now. 2 weeks ago now, I think is when it was. I don't even remember because it's been a blur. We ended up with a horrible clog in my house to where one bathroom was completely shut down. And I'm like, what in the whole heck? And I told this story before in another live. I think it was a late night live. So if you missed it, you can go back and watch the late night live. That'll tell more details. But it ended up where I had to call plumbing out. And this is after that plumber, this plumber, that plumber, and this plumber. But the last plumber was an official company that's been in business for a long time. Their reputation was like 5 stars, which you usually don't see on Google reviews. Usually you see like 4.5 if they're good. No, 5 stars, like rave reviews on Google for this particular company. They do AC, they do plumbing, they do insulation, they do a lot of stuff, but plumbing is one of their main things, right? I was so upset and frustrated at the last 3 plumbers I've had out here, not including the one that's dear to me and the very first one I had. I've had plumbers out here since then. And all of these are just, anyways, not including one who's a really good friend. He's done little stuff. I'm talking about big stuff plumbers, not the little stuff plumbers. Because I have one regular plumber that comes and does my filtration and something else. But anyway, so call this big company. And y'all, I already knew what the deal was when they came. I already knew the prices they was going to be throwing out. And I was not, at this point, I was to the point, you get what you pay for. You get what you pay for. So I was like, bruh, just bop me upside the head. How much is this going to be? He said, look, I'm just going to tell you, all your pipes are jacked up. All of your pipes are jacked up, including new pipes that you do have in this house. All of your old pipes are jacked up. You still have a main line going out that's cast iron that is rusting. You have pipes down there that are not even glued together, that are supposed to be glued together. Your pipes are supposed to go down to go out of your house. They're going up, which is what's causing the backup, which is what caused this major clog. I can unclog it, but it's going to clog again because of the way your pipe is. You need an overhaul of the pipes in your house. I was like, dude, look, at this point, whatever. I'm thanking the good Lord that he helped me with my credit. Y'all got financing? Oh, y'all got financing? Bet. Lay it on me. Tell me how much it was. I don't even want to tell y'all how much it was. I really don't, because I don't want to say it's embarrassing, but it's plumbing. It's plumbing. So you can imagine how much it was. And I had to sign on the dotted line to get this stuff done. But when I tell you they came in my house, this was on a Friday when I agreed to have the work done. They were here bright and early Monday morning, 9 a.m., 4 trucks deep with 4 dudes coming in here. They went through this house front to back to top to bottom, and they got that plumbing done. Everything spick and span. Everything is labeled and done like it's supposed to, done the way it's supposed to be. They did stuff I didn't even ask them to do, fam. They put in a new spigot outside my house. I didn't ask them to do that. They threw it in. They eat, y'all. I am beyond ecstatic. I was sad about the money that I spent, but guess what? One day is how long my bathroom was down. My husband, that's his thing. Don't mess with my hardwood floor. They made sure that the floors were protected, that they didn't miss. There was so much stuff that they did, y'all, that showed me the value of spending that kind of money. I'm gonna be in debt for a good little bit, but it's okay, because now I can flush my toilets, I can poop in peace, and I ain't got to worry about nothing going wrong. Because guess what? If something goes wrong, all I got to do is make a phone call. They will be right back out here, because I do have a warranty on everything that they've done, and it comes with the price. So what I'm saying, yes, you will be paying for some stuff sometimes, but if you know you have a good value for something that you have, if I was selling trash stuff, or if I was having y'all come out and y'all was just not treated like anything, you didn't have a decent place to stay, a hole in the wall hotel with bugs, and you got you got folks shooting and killing right outside your door, and your rooms is facing out. No, this is a night. Look, everything is done with intent. Everything is done because I treat people the way I want to be treated. So whatever we do over here, we do because we love the people in our community, and we want you to have the best. We want you to have the best. Don't get it twisted. If you wanted to, I could put y'all slap downtown Charlotte in the Ritz-Carlton, where when you come to check in, they giving you glasses of champagne. Price of them tickets is gonna be a whole heck of a lot different than where we are. But when I tell you the staff is friendly, they are super excited to see you all. The entertainment for Friday evening for dinner is super excited to be performing for y'all. Our photographer loves our community. She was like, everybody's so nice. I love it. She's looking forward to coming back and doing photography for y'all. Her husband is looking forward to coming back and doing the videography for us. The chef that I talked to, he's excited, because I'm like, dude, what is your specialty? Let's do what you like to do. Let's offer the menu you want to offer. This is the type of repertoire we're trying to build, so that whenever anybody from our area comes to Charlotte, that's why even what the arrangement that I made with the fabric warehouse, he knows. He knows, and he's had a couple of y'all go to the fabric warehouse and use it, and he knows y'all are nice people. He knows the type crowd that we got coming around us. That's why he was like, let them use your account. I don't care. I don't mind them using your account. I will do that for you. Why? Because we know the community that we have. Miss Joyce, thank you so very much. She said she liked to find the things bigger, and that's what. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. But I wasn't trying to per se make this about me or our business, but I definitely wanted you to know that, yes, I go through a lot of that too, where people are like, ooh, that costs too much. I understand, boo, but I mean, it's either that or I'm going to be operating in the red, and I'm going to be going out of business next. I don't want that, because I love what we do. And it's unfortunate that other people trying to get me to go out of business, because dang, taxes and tariffs is about to shoot through the roof. But we've put measures in place ahead of time to try and offset that a little bit and try to, because I'm working with my suppliers. So it's like you have to you have to do everything with honor and with integrity. And if you're not running your operation with honor and integrity, I'm trying my best with everything in my power to make sure everything is honorable and with integrity. If you see something wrong, you let me know. We fix it. We've already done it because that was completely unintentional. We fix a problem. So just let me know what's going on so that we can fix it. But until then, I try to run everything in a way that I would expect if I was going to another business. And if that business doesn't treat me a certain way, okay, that's your choice. You don't have to treat me a certain way. I can either deal with it or go somewhere else. And that's what we, even for y'all, you don't have to shop with us. There's other places to get rhinestones. I'm fully aware of that. It is what it is. There's more than one way to skin a cat. But we do definitely try our best to give you guys our very best. Okay. And that's what we want for you so that you can give your customers the very best, so that you can charge your prices and not be frustrated and like, oh my God, I can't charge. No, you can charge that. You can, because you have Finer Thing Bling. You have the right instructions. You know you should pre-press your shirt. You know you should press your stones after. You know to tell your customers you don't wash this in no hot water and you don't tumble it dry in no hot dryer on high heat, because that will decrease the life of your rhinestones. You already know to tell your customers that. Why? Because we want you to be successful and we want your customers to be pleased so that they can come back and buy from you, so that hopefully we can continue to be your supplier. That's how that's supposed to work. That's how that's supposed to work. Okay. When you're a small home-based business, people like to ask for the family discount because they feel your prices are too high. That's true. That is true. That is very true. And family and friends sometimes can be the worst ones, but I learned how to circumnavigate that too. So for me, when I do for family and friends, I do because I want to, and I don't charge them because I don't want no hard feelings if I can't do something or if something comes up, or I don't know. And I don't want no hard feelings if folk ain't trying to pay me or they don't pay me or whatever. So I was just like, you know what? You want something? If I can do it, I'll agree. I'm not charging you for it because I don't want that smoke. If you want to give something later, okay, that's fine. I'll take it. I'm not gonna be mad. But at the same time, I prefer to do it as my gift because that way I ain't got to worry about it. This is my experience that you do give us your very best. Thank you. We do try to have good customer service because that's what I expect from people. I expect good customer service. I have been in the customer service industry for, how old was I when I started working? 16. Oh God, how old am I? I'm almost 50. I'm right here at 50. I'll be 49 this year soon. So however many years that is, because I don't do math, I've been in the customer service industry my entire life. My whole faith and religion is based on customer service and treating people a certain way and teaching them a certain way. Everything that I do in my life is based on customer service. Everything. Literally everything in my life. Even my relationship with my husband, I try to treat him with customer service. What do you need, sir? I love you. Now when it comes to certain other decisions, sometimes that ain't necessarily customer service, but I'm just saying, you treat people with a certain dignity. That's my way of life. That's the way I am. So that's, now the old folk home part of my brain is starting to overtake. So yeah, I'll be forgetting stuff. I forget stuff now. And that's a little scary. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. That's very scary. Because it's getting worse. But yeah, you tell my family and friends I can't discount my bills. That's true. Shaka says she'll be 50 in July, your golden year. Get a girl with your golden years. That's next year for me, Chad. I'm just like, oh my God. But yeah, I am definitely worried about the memory thing. So it's getting worse on the regular. But I got that one back there to help keep my back and help me remember and stuff like that. So, but anyway, let me get out of here, y'all, because I done been on a whole nother hour with this rant because that's just how I'm passionate about that thing. Like, and hearing Morgan talk about that tonight, where people are in her face telling her, "Ooh, that's too high." Folks is bold now. Folks are bold. So you kind of got to be bold back a little bit with respect and dignity. Oh, that's too high. Oh no, I'm sorry to hear that. For your sake, because well, no, we need to come up with a way to say that. Oh no, I'm sorry you feel that way. But we offer good quality materials and we take our time to make sure that everything is done um to ensure that you have very high quality materials or products. However, we got to figure a good way to word that. So drop your comments if you're watching this replay. Let me know what your reply would be. If you're in the Facebook group, drop your reply in the Facebook group, and we'll see about doing a giveaway for some of these comments, because we got to let these, but there has to be a way to acknowledge the way a person feels, because you don't want to discount how the person feels. Yeah, I understand you feel that way. However, there needs to be a rebuttal to let them know that, yes, I see you feel this way. However, this is the situation. And let's see if we can't come up with some. Girl, don't make me go there. That's my thing. That's why I said what I said, spilling the diversity. I wasn't saying that, just like I'm pretty sure Delonda said this earlier. We're not saying it to be rude and not acknowledge that we know that prices are high on we know prices are high on everything. So when I price a shirt, I know prices. When I gave that lady the price for the hats, I know things are high. I know life is expensive right now. But if it is something that you want and you feel like you have to have it and you need to have it, you'll find a way to pay for it. You wouldn't have come and asked. Who else you gonna go to at the drop of a dime to sublimate fabric and hand sew or machine sew? Sit there and sew together 310 cussing bucket hats. Who is gonna do that with this late in the game? You're giving me less than 30 days to get this done, because I still ain't heard from her. So she could call me tomorrow and say it's a go on them hats. I don't have 30 days anymore. Who are you going to get to do that? So she's going to pay the price that I told her. I'm not going up on the price, but she's going to have to pay the price, and she's fine with that. So that's what I'm saying. When a person sees something that they really want, they're going to pay the price. And it's not to discount how you feel, because trust and believe, when they came to me for the price of that plumbing, I almost had to give a kidney. It is a rush fee on this one, Greg. It is a rush fee. I just said it today. People are spending money on what you said it. I knew somebody said it. You said it. People gonna spend money on what they want. I knew somebody said it. I couldn't remember who it was. Thank you for speaking up and letting me know that was you. Because it's the truth. It's the truth. And y'all, Alexis is gonna be at Applicate Getaway, and she wanting to come to Bling Fest. If you want Alexis to come to Bling Fest, let her know. Email her, send her a message now. If you know Alexis, send her a message now in the chat. Drop it, say, we want to see you. We want you. We want you. We want you. Let her know so that you can hug her neck, see her in person, and give her a big old hug. My first gown was when I was 15, and I started sewing at age 10. That's what's up, Casimir. Lena Doyle, wish to God I could get a discount on my light bill. I don't even want to tell y'all what my light bill is right now, because my installation is trash, so it's horrible. Charge the same here in Chicago. I remember when Delon said a while ago, your price is my price. Yeah, it is. It is. It is, y'all. And I hate that this world has gotten so used to Temu but okay, that's it too. I'm still on my soapbox. I got 5 more. I got all night. Temu and what's the name of the Shein? These heifers is so okay. Temu and Shein is all this awesome sauce or whatever, but these heifers is getting this stuff and they see a couch and they buying it and it comes, it's a little figurine couch, or they're getting an outfit and they come and it don't look nothing like the picture on the website. That's because you're getting what you're paying for. You're getting what you're paying for. You get what you're paying for. I'm just saying. You get what you're paying for. What's her name? Stephanie Calloway, Kai Smith, Barb LaFawn, and it's somebody else. Oh my God. Tanyu. These folk make handmade clothing items. Stephanie Calloway, the dresses that this heifer been wearing to the Bling Fest every year will make you slap somebody. Tailor-made, perfect fit every curve on her glorious body. You get what you pay for. You're not going to tell me I'm going to go to Stephanie and say, hey, girl, can you help hook me up with a Bling Fest dress, and think I'm not going to pay her to make a Bling Fest dress. And when she give me her price, and I'm going to be like, no, I can't afford that. What? When I know for a fact she finna sew this dress together, you done lost your mind. You get what you pay for. You get what you pay for. That's funny. Ordered a Temu Rhinestone shirt once, that washed it once to have on hand as an example to show next to Eve. Half the stones came up after one wash. That's because they're not putting those on with the care and concern and probably some pathetic rhinestones. You getting what you pay for. Quality costs. So, but anyway, bigger material gonna cost at least $1 million. Miss Joy is not. I wish you could get to this place down here before then, because their fabric, you buy down there, you're buying by the bolt. You're not buying like when you go to that's another thing for those who Steph, I still have an inventory today and absolutely refuse to lower my prices. They eventually sell to the right customer. That's absolutely correct. That's absolutely correct. But the fabric, if you decide you want to come to Bling Fest and go to the fabric warehouse that I took y'all to, you don't buy that by the yard. That fabric, well, let me rephrase that. Let me say that, because you are buying it by the yard. You buy it by the bolt. You pay by the yard. So if it's 45 yards on that one bolt, that's what you're getting. Like they don't cut off the bolt. So like you just like my bluey fabric back here, wherever it's at, I don't put it somewhere, or my big roll of purple fleece that's over here. I had to buy the bolt. This is a warehouse. You're buying it warehouse prices, so you have to buy it in bulk. So don't come thinking that they're going to cut fabric pieces off for you. That's not how that works at this warehouse. Now they do have like remnant leftovers that you can buy, and they have stuff that's already cut, to a certain size, so that you don't necessarily have to buy a whole bolt, but that's limited in what you can get and all that other jazz. So don't come to the fabric warehouse thinking you can say, oh, I just want 1 yard of that. I don't want no. You're going to leave disappointed. You have to buy the whole bolt of whatever it is. Okay. So, but you're getting a whole bolt, like all the fabric that you need at one time. You're getting that. So you have to say, thank you very much. I appreciate your feedback. However, it takes me X number of hours to make this item. You say it's beautiful, so I must charge based on my time. Thank you anyways. That's a good one. I like that. All the Way Realty Group. Okay, I confess I've ordered on Temu. I'm not saying everything is junk. But there's a lot of folks that are not happy with some of the things, like especially clothing and stuff. There's a lot of folks that ain't happy with what they've been. I've never ordered from Temu. I've never ordered from Shein. So I know, like, my daughter-in-law did order some sundresses off of Temu one time. They were pretty. She actually ordered me one. I think it's the blue one. She ordered me one. I love it. It's beautiful. But that's not everybody's experience. So that's all right, Miss Our Love Lenders. I'm going to bed too because it's 12 o'clock here. And technically it's 1 a.m. because, of course, time went forward. So I'll pray for your finances, Miss Joyce. We all need prayer for our finances right now. Let me get out of here. Thank y'all for coming to hang out with us tonight. I'm going to let y'all out with the Bling Fest video for those that have not been to the Bling Fest before. I hope you're able to make it. It's a lot of fun, and I hope to see you there. If not there, I hope to see you at the Applicate Getaway. Once we get more information, we'll post it. But meanwhile, I look forward to seeing you in these YouTube streets as we continue to craft together. So until the next time we see y'all, we hope you have happy blinging. Have a good night, y'all. Thank you so much for staying up late with me. Bye.
This is our first annual Bling Fest 2023 here in Charlotte, North Carolina, with Eve and the Baby's Booty and all of the wonderful influences that we had.
Bling Fest 2023 was a huge success. What is Bling Fest, you ask? It's where passion meets sparkle, and our community of blingers comes together for a weekend of pure joy and fellowship.
It feels great to go from just learning and getting things together to actually progressing to building a community of people who love to do rhinestones as well, to, for ourselves personally, now even selling rhinestones and rhinestone supplies. So it's turned into actually a pretty big deal, and we're super excited about it.
Bling Fest isn't just an event. It's a celebration of creativity, friendship, and the extraordinary world of rhinestones.
To go from this is not it, and then pushing that craft to the side, to embroidery, pushing that to the side. It's so many different things that she loves to do. This is her calling. This is her calling. And again, like you asked before, seeing that progression is amazing. Amazing.
Our Bling community is more than just enthusiasts. It's a family brought together by a shared love for adding that extra touch of glamour to every stitch.
I am from Florida, but I live in Augusta, Georgia. Okay, so I am here to support Miss Eve because she is a great content creator, great businesswoman, just here for support and to bling all the things.
Bling Fest is also an opportunity to learn and grow. Our workshops and demonstrations brings everyone together to share tips, tricks, and techniques to elevate the art of rhinestone embellishment. We believe in pushing the boundaries of creativity and ensuring that every blinger leaves with a piece that truly reflects their unique style.
And welcome to the Bling
Make sure to follow us on all social media at The Baby's Booty. See you soon.